Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Ms. Dolan?
Here.
Ms. Belisca? Present. Mrs. McKnight?
Here.
Mayor Morgan?
Here.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Here.
Mr. Kogan?
Here.
Salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is a public meeting in Borough Council, Borough of New Providence County, Union State, New Jersey. Adequate notice has been given in accordance with PL 1975. Chapter 231, that annual notice of revision was made in conformance with Chapter 13 of the Act. Slipped up? Okay. We have a presentation for Unity Day, and we have the MPHS students. Why don't you come up and, Chanda, why don't you all come up and tell us what's going on?
Speaking into the microphone. That'd be great.
Yeah, give us your names and,
Okay.
and we don't bite, really. So no matter what you hear.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Audrey, and
I'm Fatima.
I'm Anjali. I'm Lillian. And we're students from New Providence, and we're honored to be here tonight to present our 2025 Unity Day. And Unity Day is an annual celebration that celebrates the heart and soul of what makes our community special.
Before we begin, we'd like to take a moment to thank all of the students, faculty, and community members who've worked tirelessly to make Unity Day possible. Unity Day truly represents what we can accomplish when we come together as one New Providence community.
Unity Day was born from the simple but powerful idea that in a world that often focuses on what divides us, we can choose to celebrate what unites us. It is an interactive event featuring booths and activities that highlight the shared humanity between diverse cultures and communities.
Unity Day will take place on Saturday, June 7th from 4 to 6 p.m. Past Unity Days have been held at the Berkeley Heights YMCA and the New Providence Centennial Park. This year, though, we're especially excited to have the Unity event in our New Providence High School gym. Our event reflects our commitment to creating a space where every single member of our community feels welcome, valued, and celebrated. At its core, Unity Day is about connection. As students here at New Providence, we see how easily it is to stay in our own bubbles. But Unity Day breaks those barriers, especially as a school district as diverse as ours.
We've designed this year's event to engage all ages and interests. We will feature booths from New Providence High School itself, with the New Providence High School Spanish Honor Society, the Diversity Club, the French Club, and the Chess Club. We'll also have booths from our local community organizations, and additionally, we'll have even more interactive and cultural activities with the Huasha Chinese School and the Nepali community. And these are just of the few of the 20-plus booths and activities planned.
We are particularly excited about this year's Passport Challenge, where younger attendees can collect stamps and stickers from different booths. It's a fun, engaging way to learn more about our community's diversity while also making our event more interactive through small games and prizes.
We're using this event as an opportunity to learn more about our community through hands-on activities like calligraphy, art stations, and interactive demonstrations. To promote the event, we're running a comprehensive social media campaign with weekly countdowns and interactive polls. This helps to engage the entire community in the lead up to the event.
We'd love to invite the council and everyone else here to Unity Day. Your presence would mean so much to us and help make the event even more special.
With your support, we can make this year's Unity Fair the most impactful yet. We envision a gym full of laughter and learning, of new friendships forming, and our entire community coming together as one.
Unity Day is our chance to work together for a future where everyone knows that they belong. There are flyers on the front bench over there with more information on the event. Oh, wait.
Thank you so much, and we're happy to answer any questions that you might have.
No, I just want to say thank you. You know, the students of New Providence High School always amaze me, not only with everything that they achieve, but the diversity of what they do. And I always say, when I graduated in '72 from the high school, and there was no diversity. Everybody kind of looked like me, you know? But it's such a great thing to learn everybody else's culture, you know? And I think this is the greatest thing. I know, Sunil, we started this how many years ago?
12 years ago?
Oh, many years ago.
I don't think I was gray then. Yeah. And then Chanda, you took it over, and you know, it's been, it grows every year and it gets better every year. And I want to thank you ladies for doing this, because it truly is a great event. And unfortunately, I have my nephew's graduation, and I have to be up in Sussex County, but I know my wife and I, we just enjoy that day more than anything. But I know all you guys will be representing, and Lisa, you're council president, you'll have to say a few words.
There or now? Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. How many booths did you say you were going to have?
Over 20. We're
That's
very
great.
excited.
That's great.
I'll just mention, I know Sunil there is gleaming because when we used to do on the diversity committee, this was exactly the goal. You let the kids take over, and I think that it's just amazing what you guys are doing. I know Kathleen and I are on the WhatsApp chat group, so that the amount of text we're getting,
Yeah,
you guys
these
are doing a lot of great work, and it's nice to see how you all came together. We had that initial meeting at the church, and it's amazing what you guys have accomplished. So I thank you for doing it.
Yeah, I thank you too. I actually just completely, like the mayor said, amazed at the maturity and the thoughtfulness that you guys have been bringing to this event. And I know the borough is excited about promoting it on our platforms as well. And we're hopefully going to get you too many people to fit in the gym. That's the goal. But thank you so much for all your work.
I'm excited about the passport challenge.
So, out of curiosity, what grade are you guys in? And are you all at New Providence High School, or any of you from UCVTS?
We're all freshmen. I'm from New Providence High School, but they're from UCPTS.
Okay, excellent. Excellent.
Freshmen, all freshmen?
So this
That's
is
awesome.
this in and of itself is very exciting, because that means that we get 3 more years.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
with these
I was
guys to
hoping
plan
that
it.
none of you guys
Yeah,
are
you should have
seniors.
said you were a senior.
And before you said, did you want to take a picture this way?
From this way?
Yeah.
Come on up.
Yeah, come on up here, and you get a better picture up here.
And then you guys can also pose and pretend you're.
You come on up this way.
Yeah.
Or they could just.
Just don't get my bald spot. Yeah.
Oh, are we closing?
Very cute.
And then they could turn around and get the ceiling back too.
Then you can turn from Mary Ann.
Nice.
And one
Good
more.
job.
And I'm actually glad that you're having it in the gym, because one year we had it out here and it was so hot and the dancers burned their feet. And then another year at the Y, it was starting to rain. So no, I'm glad we're having that gym, and it's great to keep it home.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you guys do one more for Mary
Yeah,
Ann?
actually
Turn around so
you
you
get
get
to get the seal behind it.
Oh, I
as
just
well.
also wanted to mention, I think we're going to try to get a proclamation for the May 27th meeting, so that will be like an official.
Very cute.
Thank you again.
Okay,
Good
well
job.
Thank you,
done.
guys.
Very
Very
exciting.
good. And you guys, you really don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting if you don't want to.
You're
I like it.
welcome to.
Sunil, that was really quick to get up.
But thanks for coming.
Sunil knows the drill.
Yeah, we won't be
Thank you,
offended.
thank you.
Thank you. Good job, guys.
So before we go any further, I think we all just want to wish Lisa a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. What a better way to spend my birthday.
Yeah, I know.
Council meeting.
Yeah.
Hey, you're spending it with us.
Of course, I said it was
Is
the
that a question?
best way ever. Best ever.
Okay, need approval of minutes for April 29th, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No, so be it. We have correspondence, Jersey Central Power and Light, final hearing. Township of Chatham, Board of Adjustment meeting, New Providence Board of Education transferring the MPTV ownership to us. You want to expand on that a little, Bernadette, while you're
Sure.
on that subject?
So back, I think, in the early 2000s, the borough and the high school entered into an agreement to run the TV station. And for a very long time, it was part of the curriculum. Mr. Cook, Phil Cook, was a great champion of the TV station, and he retired, I believe, like 3 years ago. Shortly after his retirement, they struggled to replace him. They found somebody. She didn't last all that long either. She moved on to bigger and better things. And they're at a point where it no longer totally aligns with the curriculum. We had a quick meeting with the Board of Ed recently, Lamar, myself, Cindy, our public information officer, and people from the Board of Ed, and they thought it was best at this point that we take it back, as people have actually, nothing has been updated on the channel in probably a few months at this point. So we're trying to gain access back into the station, and then we'll start reprogramming it.
Great. Okay, we have Township of Berkeley Heights Zoning Board, State DOT announcing applications for state aid program. I know we're all over that. Constellation Electric Supply, cost increase notification, May 1st. And Board of Adjustment for 170 Renemy Parkway. Any comments? Seeing none, we'll go to council business. Administration, Kathleen.
Thank you, Mayor. We have Resolution 2025-128. This is a resolution approving the contract with Aqua Coolers LLC for the installation and maintenance of water purification systems for borough offices for a 5-year term. So this is just about replacing the big 5-gallon coolers with something that will actually filter the water and be less expensive and less plastic.
Yeah, and you don't have to lift up those heavy jugs.
They
More
are heavy.
sustainable.
Got some Jessica's job with those things.
Okay, community activities, Diane.
Thank you, Mayor.
One
Did
more.
you skip
Oh,
the advisory boards?
What's that?
Advisory Board, Sustainability.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Alex.
So it's continuing with this sustainability theme. Resolution 2025-129, resolution of the Borough of New Providence endorsing and adopting a complete street policy. So a complete street policy formalizes the intent for the community to plan, design, and operate, maintain streets that are safe for all users of all ages and abilities. We adopted this 2 years ago, so this needs to be re-adopted every 2 years to comply with sustainable New Jersey requirements.
Okay, Diane.
Now it's me. Thank you. Resolution 2025-130 is a salary resolution. We're approving one, or we would like to approve one additional counselor for the mini playground group. Resolution 2025-131 is a resolution authorizing agreement between the Borough of New Providence and Garden State Fireworks, Inc. for Independence Day fireworks exhibition in an amount not to exceed $16,500. This is approving the contract for Garden State Fireworks for our July 3rd town celebrations. This is more expensive than 2024. It's just the cost of the increase.
Okay, engineering, Alex.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2025-132, resolution accepting proposal of Colliers Engineering and Design, Inc. for professional engineering services related to the Southgate Road Improvement Project. Colliers prepared a survey, collected data, prepared several concepts for us to evaluate for terminating Southgate Road at the northern end in close proximity to Ryder Way. As a result, the borough chose concept 1, which is depicts a 25-foot radius cul-de-sac at the terminal end of the roadway. This agreement includes the design and bidding and full design of the improvement. So this is directly in response to the neighborhood, the residents, what they wanted. So it's a very good plan. It's not a hammerhead, it's a cul-de-sac.
Yes.
One of the concepts was a hammerhead, which looks like a
That'd be cool,
hammerhead. Yeah.
All right. Finance, Lisa.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2025-133 is the resolution authorizing payment of the attached bills payable list, amount of $7,529,212.65. The significant items on this list included the Board of Ed for $7,196,105, and that was their May school tax levy. We have the library at $104,957.50. That's the May appropriation for them. Grant sanitation at $33,148. That is for April recycling. Property pilot, $20,000, which is the final 50% of our annual subscription. And then the DID for $18,390, which is their second quarter assessment.
Okay. Legal.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2025-134 is a resolution authorizing agreement of lease between the Borough of New Providence and the New Providence Community Pool and Recreation, Inc. Since Matt is better versed at this, I'm going to pass this over to him.
Thank you, Nadine. So just for background, New Providence owns the land where the community pool is on, right? We lease the land to the New Providence Pool Recreation, Inc., which is a not-for-profit corporation. They manage the pool and all of its operations. The Pool Corp is managed by a volunteer pool board that makes all the decisions related to the ongoing operations of the pool. Their goal is to provide a best-in-class experience for residents. Our goal on council is to provide them with the necessary resources and opportunities to be able to provide a best-in-class pool experience for our residents. We are their landlord. So the lease has been through quite a few iterations over time. This was a difficult review to get to this point because a lot has changed over the last 5 years. I think we can all agree since COVID, a lot has changed in all of our lives as well. That being said, we spent a lot of time working with the pool board to try to come up with a lease agreement that will help them continue operations on a go-forward basis and allow them to continue to provide a great experience for residents. This lease covers the years 2024 to 2029. Some of the changes in the lease are as follows. One, we removed the obligation for the pool corporation to contribute to repaving the parking lot. We removed the pool corp from paying a portion to replace the bridge, and as you know, the borough has already purchased the bridge. The bridge is here, will be installed after the summer pool season. We increased the amount the borough will reimburse the pool for lighting. We went from $1,334 to $1,500 per year for lights, which there is a portion of lights, the basketball courts, and part of the walking path. It is on the pool's bill, and we do utilize those lights outside of the normal pool operations. So we're just picking up our fair share. We tightened up how the pool will reimburse, how the pool will be reimbursed for water usage at the garden and tennis courts by utilizing an existing water meter. We removed some of the land that is not used by the pool. The lot that the land sits on is 17 acres. The pool encompasses approximately 8 acres. Lastly, we discussed updating some of the language so that the pool will be operating in accordance with the borough's ordinances, and they will provide their rules to us and any changes going forward on an annual basis. I just wanted to mention one of the stickiest points that we did discuss in the language is about alcohol. As you know, the pool is always looking for ways to promote new membership And one of those ways they suggested was to host a mixer outside of the pool hours for new residents that they wanted to be able to have beer and wine at this special event. So we discussed this for a long time, and we finally came to a conclusion that based on our professionals' recommendation, we would leave this language in the lease so that no one can bring or sell alcohol to the pool during pool operations, which we can all agree is good practice. However, we did discuss if the pool wanted to lay out plans for a special event with our professionals, and they provided positive feedback, we would bring it to mayor and council for special permitting, similar to what we would do for any other special events within the borough. All that being said, I'm glad that we were able to get this cleaned up. I think we have worked together to make sure the pool continues to succeed and provide a great experience for our residents. I wanted to thank Bernadette, Kathleen, Mayor Morgan, Paul, the pool board members, Tim Kluhl and Tom Fody, for working together to get this done. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Matt. Okay, we need authorizations to hire Office of Emergency Management Coordinator. Public Safety has talked, and council as a whole years ago talked about after Hurricane Ida, how onerous this position is. And it's way too complicated for the police chief. Even though he gets a stipend, it takes too much time away. And most towns, they have a stipend, and it's not the chief of police, it's somebody special. So what this is so we can go out and put out a request for an OEM coordinator. It would be like 8 hours a week. You know, it'll be more, you know, during special hurricanes, things like that, which I hope we don't have. I've had enough through my tenure. I think I've had everything over the years. So this is something that Dan feels strong about, and everybody who's worked on emergency management feels the same way. Okay, Resolution 135 is a request for a computer for one of the patrol cars from Glacier Computer for $4,811.99. And the next is a resolution awarding contract to Lexapol LLC for police accreditation and law enforcement training services. It's a 2-year contract, and it's an extension. And as you know, I think we're the only one, or one of 2 or 3 that have been reaccredited 6 times. So apparently this is something we really need to keep updated. Okay, Public Works, Matt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Resolution 137 is a resolution advancing Ali Kurdu to Step H in the Public Works Department of Borough of New Providence. 138 is a resolution advancing Mike Giamella to Step D in the Public Works Department of the Borough of New Providence. 139 is a resolution advancing Diego Franco to Step G, Second Plant Operator in the Public Works Department of Borough of New Providence. 140 is a resolution advancing Joseph Pasquale to Step G, Second Plant Operator, licensed C1S1 with Black Seal in the Public Works Department of the Borough of New Providence. Sounds very fancy. Resolution 141 is a resolution advancing Noel Santiago to Step E, Third Plant Operator in the Public Works Department of the Borough of New Providence. Just want to mention all these steps are per our collective bargaining agreement. I do want to congratulate all of our employees. These guys are top shelf and do an incredible job for our Public Works Department for sure. Resolution 142 is a resolution approving requisition R2500979 for Armstrong, Inc., an amount not to exceed $5,000 for Passaic River desnagging at 309 Maple Street. That area has several large logs that have clogged the Passaic River there, too large for our DPW to handle, so we're going to hire Armstrong to come in. They're going to remove those logs from the river, which will help, obviously, everything downstream, of course, and our DPW will then be able to take them and dispose of them.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Bernadette.
Oh, me first, huh?
Changing it up tonight.
Hold on, I'm not ready.
Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, first I want to thank the police for everything that they have done over the years and are currently doing. It's National Police Week, and we want to thank them for their great service in this town. I think everybody read, we had Sergeant Rodriguez came up to ATM machine and made an arrest and got a lot of drugs off the street and some bad people. So, you know, everybody thinks that all the suburban communities are safe and nothing goes on everywhere. And, you know, our police are very vigilant in what they do. So we want to thank them. EMS, Jess, you have the open house on Saturday, 12 to 3. Sunday, 12 to 3. And that's always a good time. Get some good food. I know the kids love looking at all the equipment. And hopefully you get some new members out of that. And I want to mention the parade because that does come under public safety. The parade will be on the 26th. There'll be a ceremony across from the church in Veterans Park at 9 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock at the Presbyterian Church. I think they're going to move the what do you call it?
The speakers,
podium.
the speakers and the podium will be in front of the information sign on the corner.
Okay, so it shouldn't make much of a difference, but it's always a good time to see everybody marching and having a good time. Okay, Lisa.
Okay. So between now and the next council meeting, the finance committee will be meeting, and we are going to, before the next council meeting, we're going to be reviewing the draft, they're putting together a draft bond ordinance, so right now the ball is in our bond council's court, but as soon as we get that back from them, we'll be reviewing it, and we'll be presenting that at the next council meeting, along with the 2025 capital plan, and so stay tuned for that. Other than that, operations are normal.
Okay, Diane.
Okay. There's a lot going on, as usual, with our community activities department. And also, as always, kudos, because they have a lot going on. There's still some spots in the youth camps and activities for the summer. The 2025 adult summer classes are open to all residents and non-residents. They have several different types of yoga, some meditation classes, men's yoga classes, and et cetera. Paper shredding day is coming up. I don't know if Alex wants to talk about that.
You could say it May 18th.
I was gonna say
Community pool.
Community pool.
9 to 1.
4 bags, something like that. Summer Teen Zone is a new type of class that we're offering for rising students in grades 7 to 10, and for weeks 1 through 6 of the summer session. Apparently, there's a lot of lost and found items, so come clear out the
There's some really good stuff there,
I
too.
know, I know. You might find them on, I was gonna say eBay, but that kind of dates me. You talked about the Memorial Day Parade. We started a Mahjong class on Wednesdays, and apparently that was a huge hit. There was some disappointing news that I wanted to share. There was some vandalism in the bathrooms in both Oakwood and at the tennis courts, clogged toilets, leaving faucets running, stuff like that. And our DPW and our police should not be responsible for cleaning this or monitoring this type of thing. So unfortunately, a decision has been made by the borough to keep those toilets and bathrooms closed, which is incredibly disappointing. But that's the decision, and there will be porta potties there. Nadine, are you going to talk about the health fair tomorrow? You can talk about it
yes.
later. Okay.
Just teeing everybody up.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm teeing everybody up here. Councilman Kogan, Councilperson Dolan, and myself had a tour this morning at the wastewater treatment plant, talking about what a wonderful job these guys do. It's always such an educational experience. I think Anthony Carnival is one of the highly talented and, what's the word I'm looking for? Experienced, educated. He's
Regarded.
unbelievable.
Unreplaceable.
Unreplaceable individuals in,
Multifaceted.
He's got some of the highest certifications in the state of New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
and he, he works on both Summit and at Berkeley Heights, because he gives us some stuff too. And Joseph Pasquale, who we just advanced, he's taking his exam tonight for his C2, which is the next step of certification, because you read C1 and C and S1. So we wish him the best of luck. Hopefully, that goes well for him. And then I don't really have much else. Everything else is normal.
Kathleen?
Thank you, Mayor. So in terms of the Diversity Committee, I'm pleased to report that Councilman Alex Cogan and I held our kickoff meeting for the 2025 Diversity Committee last night. We had 11 attendees, and we talked about how we will move forward the rest of this year and into 2026. And I'm happy to say there's a lot of enthusiasm and interest in helping New Providence to be the inclusive and unified community that we all envision. I also just wanted to, again, publicly thank and express my appreciation to the students who came to talk about the Unity Fair. And I hope that we can all make a stop there, except the mayor, unfortunately, won't be able to attend. But it's a new venue. There's a lot of really fun things planned. So the entire community is invited to come by, 4 to 6 at the high school. In terms of Municipal Alliance, they had their May meeting on May 7th. We want to remind the community that they are continuing to look for New Providence residents to volunteer to help this committee. Specifically, Mike Iacovelli is stepping down as secretary. So if you want to volunteer and you'd like to jump right in and start taking notes for the meetings, that's a great way to learn about what the work of this important group does. And they will also be sharing information at the Senior Health Fair, which is tomorrow from 9:30 to 12 at the Senior Center. Again, inviting all of our residents to attend that. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, Nadine?
Okay, thank you. So first, before we do anything, I just want to thank Kathleen and Alex for, picking up where we left off with the hard work for the Diversity Committee. Unity Day has always been such a great highlight for that committee, and I'm just so happy to see it continue. So thank you to the high school students, and thank you for you guys for spurring that along. Mental Health Month. Still wearing the green, still finishing it out. Everything is going really, really well so far. The reception that we are getting in our towns and in all the other towns is just so positive, and the outpouring is awesome. I've been to events in Fanwood, Scotch Plains, and Madison, and to just drive around and see the ribbons connecting Summit all the way through the end of Berkeley Heights is very heartwarming. To see our matching banners, to see everybody's work, it's just been wonderful. So with that said, I've actually heard from several groups here in town. I've heard from the Historical Society. They also want to participate by doing the ribbons. Presbyterian Church, they want to participate. But then also our seniors as well. So Linda Kale had reached out to me, and she had asked, to me and Lisa, and she had asked if we kind of have a little mental health thing for them on Friday. So I know we haven't discussed this, but I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention that the seniors, the members of the club and the president have asked us to come do a little bit of ribbons for them, do a little discussion, share some resources on Friday. Ray Clooney from the Rotary is going to come with us. He has so many different things. And she also asked us to come tomorrow to the health fair as well. So we would like to be at both of those events, and I know that's something we haven't discussed, so I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention to make sure you guys were okay with it. Okay, so we will be there tomorrow at the health fair, and we'll be there on Friday as well. So very excited about that. Again, so now I'll finish the health fair tomorrow. In case anybody didn't get it, was from 9:30 to 12. It's going to be at the DeCorso Center. And looking at the flyer, there's a lot of great activities for our residents. Atlantic Health stroke screenings, foot screenings, Reiki sessions, pharmacy and physical therapy, dental screenings, chiropractics, and the New Providence Alliance Vision screening. So a lot of great things for many residents and all residents. So come on down tomorrow, 9:30 to 12, and of course, then you'll see myself and Lisa talking about mental health as well. So thanks.
Just to add to that, some of those screenings you had to pre-register for, so there's a, on the website, go to the source, there's the number for the senior center. And also, they celebrated the Senior Citizen Club celebrated their 65th anniversary this year, so
Oh, that is
we can congratulate them tomorrow.
We shall.
The club is now senior citizens.
Yes. And that's it for me.
That was good.
Thank you.
Alex?
Only comment, update, I should say, Board of Health meeting last week. Megan from Westfield Board of Health is our liaison there. She's terrific. A little disappointed that there's not a lot of funding going to the boards of health. I think the unmet need she mentioned, there's 93 boards of health throughout the state. Unmet need and funding is around $10 million. And since Governor Christie onward, the governors, the legislature is just not providing the funding. The good news is none of the core programs that we participate are affected. A lot of the peripheral programs, a couple of staffing, supplemental help that they get, some social media stuff, that's what's being cut. But she's looking for people to help her lobby. I'm going to put her in touch with Michelle Matsakudis, who will reach out to see if anything can be done. But right now, for some of those peripheral programs, the Westfield Board of Health is actually, the Westfield Council is actually going to fund them throughout the rest of the year. But again, the good news is the core stuff is all intact. It's some of the peripheral stuff that got cut.
Okay. Matt?
Okay, thank you. So just two updates. Public art, just wanted to mention, we talked about the installation of the two art sculptures. That was canceled. So that was moved to either May 28th or May 29th, around 12:31 p.m. if anyone's interested. Totally looking forward to those being installed. On the planning board, I just wanted to mention, some of you have seen that we had an application to be heard for 121 Chandlin Road that has been moved. Unfortunately, there was a noticing issue. It has to be noticed properly in order for it to be heard by the planning board. So we don't have a new date yet for that. So keep your eye out on the borough website for planning board meetings. I just wanted to give a quick little background on this project. 121 Chandler Road is currently a 4-story commercial building. The property is in the borough's Technology and Business Innovation Zone 2 district with an AHO affordable housing overlay. Okay, so this is one of those properties that we included in our overlay zone as part of our last round of our affordable housing settlement. The applicant, which is Toll Brothers, proposes to demolish the existing building and its related parking improvements to construct an inclusionary residential development in association with our affordable housing overlay standards that include a total of 11 3-story residential townhome buildings and 1 3-story affordable multifamily residential building. A total of 104 units. 21 of those units will be affordable. If you're interested in attending the planning board meetings, please look out for the notice on our borough website. Plans are up currently now on the borough website. You can find them under planning board applications. Link is Toll Brothers 121 Chandler.
Bernadette?
Just a few things, Mayor. Summer hours for the borough begin next week. Monday through Friday, regular office hours are 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 1 on Fridays. So during this time for all of our employees who are 35 hours a week, we'll take a half-hour lunch to make up for the time so that we're still working the same amount of hours. And just to clarify the bulk cleanup for this year, two of the zones were changed due to the Sharing Network 5K. The last 2 years, I believe, we have had bulk cleanup in the area that all the runners go through, and they came to us early this year and said, unfortunately, here it is again, and their date kind of changes, so how it keeps colliding with this one zone, I'm not sure. But they asked us if we could move it, which we certainly obliged. We want to put our best foot forward out there. So I would encourage people to look at the borough website and see what will be taken and what will not be taken during bulk week. I would also ask people to download the Recycle Coach app. It's a great tool. It will tell you recycling events throughout the county for the entire year. It'll tell you when your own garbage and stuff goes out. And as far as bulk cleanup goes, there are specific items such as, I'll just, for example, some people will put things out in a cardboard box. The haulers will take what's in the box and they leave the box because the cardboard is recyclable. So there's a few things like that they will not take. So if you're being conscious about putting stuff out and hoping that people are going to take it instead of it going to the landfill, just know that there are certain things that they will not pick up that you'll have to bring down to the yard or recycle properly.
I'll just add the Recycle Coach. I'm taking the torch from Matt, who is the biggest proponent of it.
This is his favorite
But
app.
I love
favorite
it.
app. But no, there are a lot of people asking, can I put a mattress out?
Yes.
On the search bar, you can put any item you can think of, and it will tell you whether it goes recycling every 2 weeks, garbage, or bulk pickup. So it answers every question people should have.
Yeah, and so for anyone who doesn't know what zone they're in, page 3 of the calendar, both online and the hard copy, will tell you, you can look it up by street. And and if it's in the Recycle Coach, it automatically tells you once you put your address in.
You can put alerts in to
Yep.
remind you, get your recycling out and your garbage out.
Exactly.
have the
It's a
calendar
great tool.
online.
But I would ask that, people actually look at all of the information that's out there. The week before recycling, bulk cleanup starts, we're going to start sending out Smart 911 so that there's no question as to what zone is coming up next. And we'll do that for all 4 weeks this year of bulk cleanup so that everyone's on target.
And just another thing to add, the DPW yard, the 2 weekends per month.
Yeah, first and third.
Those guys are amazing. You
Yep.
pull up, they tell you everything, where everything goes, and you don't have to keep your stuff throughout the year, like the
Exactly.
cardboard boxes, whatever. You could always take them those two weekends per year.
Electronics, all of that stuff is recyclable throughout
Yep.
the year. That's all I have.
Okay. We got a couple of comments. This is an opportunity for any member of the public to be heard about issues that are not separate topics. Scheduled for public hearings tonight to help facilitate an orderly meeting and permit all to be heard. Speakers are limited to their comments to 3 minutes and may only speak once about one topic. And when you come up, state your name and address. Anybody wishing to address council? Hello, Mike.
Hi. Mike Piana, 35 High Street. I wanted to talk about parking on High Street, or complain about the parking on High Street. I've been there for 38 years, and it's just getting worse. You can't park anywhere on the High Street. It's all the vets parking there. I had a talk with you, and you said talk to Diamond, which I did, and we changed all the signs, and then nothing happened. There's still parking there, and Diamond told me also that Chief Henn is sending him a letter stating that they're in violation of their lease, that no employee would park on High Street.
That is true. That was in the planning board
Right.
resolution. That
Well-
they said they had enough parking for all their employees to park there, plus their customers.
Take a ride on High Street
Yeah,
anytime.
Which may have been true at the time.
And it's packed from Provident all the way down to South Street. That's all the vets. It's not the high school kids.
right,
It's the vets.
okay.
And coming the other way, halfway up the block. As a town employee, I like to come home for lunch and relax. I can't park in front of my own house.
Okay.
If you do, they beep at you and yell at you to move. You
Okay.
can't see coming out of your driveways. It's dangerous.
Okay, I'll talk to Danny about it.
And, you get a fire call or a EMS call, they can't get to the curb, so they gotta park out in the street.
Right,
Now you're knocking it down to one lane,
yeah,
so
right.
I don't know what can be done, but something has to be done before somebody gets hurt.
Okay, thanks for bringing it to our attention. Appreciate it. Anyone else? Seeing no one, I declare the public comments closed. Let's go to formal action. I need a motion for items 1 through 16, please.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Dolan?
Aye.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Mrs. Jeffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Kogan?
Yes.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Okay, can I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No? So be it. Good night, everyone, and thanks for coming tonight.
Here.